What's up, guys? Question is today for you. Are you riding a roller coaster in your business life? Do you find yourself constantly experiencing ups and downs? And if you're watching this replay, what I want you to do is post below, hand up, yes, that's me, and what industry are you in, right? Because I want to prove the fact that so many people that I speak to on a daily basis, so many people that are in different industries ride the same roller coaster, right? They're hot, they're cold, and I want to talk about specifically why this happens to a lot of folks, right? Why this happens to different people in all different industries, right? Number one is most of the time we are type A visionaries, ideas a mile a minute, right? We're in the shower and we come up with a new creative idea that our team should implement right away because it's going to be life-changing when this thing happens, right? Or we're driving and we come up with an idea, or some of you like to roll over in the middle of the night. I don't know how you do this. Roll over in the middle of the night and take notes. What's up, Henry? Take notes about new ideas and new creative things that come. And guys, what I'm here to tell you is that boredom, yes, boredom will create more consistency for you than any of these new ideas. See, what happens is if you're a self-employed entrepreneur, you're a business owner, then there is a 99% chance that you work for a psychopath. And what I mean by that is we are constantly sabotaging our own shit. We're constantly coming up with new, better, bright, faster, smarter, cleaner ideas, but we don't know how to have that conversation with the people we delegate to consider what's going on in their bandwidth, what's going on in their space, right? So what happens with a lot of entrepreneurs is they're in the shower, they come up with this great idea, and instead of taking time to think about what it's going to do to their business, right? They jump out of the shower and they're like, oh shit, I got to text these 5 people. I got this new idea. I know we buy houses, but I think we should start buying apartment buildings. All right, I'm going to stop everything. I'm going to tell my guys what to do, and we're going to blow it up, right? And what you do is inadvertently, you blow it up, right? You had a good thing going. You were making some consistent rev. You were this close from hitting your goals for the month, and then you dropped a hand grenade on your processes. You dropped a hand grenade on your systems, on your people, on your team, because they're used to flipping houses, wholesaling houses, retail, whatever it is you do. And now you're saying to them, I want to do something different, right? Now, again, I'm using one industry. I'm using one piece, just from familiarization of people that I talk to a lot. But this happens a lot in a lot of businesses. I know people in the insurance business have done this. I know people in all different industries. We have the idea and we don't take time as an operational thinker. And here's why, guys. We're not generally operational thinkers, right? We're idea people. We come up with great ideas. So what I want to help you with today is creating that filter to continue to decide you can have these great ideas, but how do I screen, like a shit screen of amazing ideas, matriculated into the things that should be impacted within our business? So you have to ask yourself some questions when you have these ideas. Number one, how much time is it going to take my team to implement this new practice, right? Number two, how much bandwidth, how many people, how many employees does it take to create this new thing, whatever it takes, right? Because these are, by the way, the questions, folks, and you can rewatch this and take notes on this. These are the questions that we're not asking ourselves when we're throwing the ideas at the team, when we're deciding to delegate, when we have we always have ideas of grandeur, right? We're like, it's going to be so simple. I'm going to create this thing, this process, this thing, and money's just going to fall into my account on the back end, right? But it's never that simple. The truth is we simplify it in our minds because, well, we're opportunists and we're optimists and opportunists, right? We're always thinking about how great something's going to be, how much money it's going to make, how simple it's going to be, how our team is just going to grasp this idea, right? And are going to run with it. So the third thing I want you to think about, aside from time and bandwidth, I want you to think about how you're going to communicate it. What really does it take to communicate that idea and then turn it into activity? Turn it into an action. Turn it into something that looks like a revenue generating thing, right? What does it take to do that? Because simply telling somebody one time your dream that you had last night about how the money funnel was going to start working, it does not necessarily turn into immediate predictable income on the back end. The fourth thing I want you to ask yourself is it an elf business? Is what I'm creating elf? Meaning, is it easy, lucrative, and fun, right? Is it something that can be implemented easily? Is it something that's going to create the amount of money that I expect it to on the back end? And am I going to enjoy it? Is it something that I'm going to be good at managing or being involved in, whatever? Is it something I actually like? Because as you're adding complexity to your life, why not take the choice to do the things that you actually enjoy? Instead of adding complicated things that ultimately you don't like doing, thereby creating yourself a more difficult job, right? More difficult challenges down the road. Why not create stuff that we enjoy, that we're engaged with, that we get out of bed, that the things that, when I say to people, one of the things you can do to become more effective is you get up out of bed earlier, right? So I'm out of bed at 4:15 most days. And I'm not out of bed at 4:15 because I love to get up early. That's really not the truth. A lot of times I'm literally driven out of bed because I'm so excited. Last night I couldn't fall asleep until 3 o'clock in the morning, thinking of all the opportunity that we have to create right now, right? So sometimes getting out of bed early is actually, a result of loving what you do. You can't lay in bed because you're thinking of all the opportunity you have to accomplish that next day. So does that thing that you're creating in your mind right now, that idea, is it elf? Is it easy? Is it lucrative? And is it fun? Right? Now, I have that boiled down. I know how much time it's going to take. I know what kind of bandwidth it's going to take. I know if I'm going to like to do it a year from now when this thing blows up to another level. If you can answer all of those questions before, this is the key one, before sharing that idea with your team, then you might be onto something.